Hello, everyone. Welcome back to A1 English Podcast, the English podcast made for real conversations and real life.
I'm Jessica.
And I'm Jack. We are so happy you decided to spend this time with us today.
If you are new here, welcome to the family. This channel is all about helping you speak English naturally, confidently, and without stress.
And if you are a returning listener, thank you. Seriously. You keep coming back, and that tells us you are serious about your English journey.
We love that. Now, before we dive in, can I ask you something?
Of course.
Have you ever done this? Someone says something in English, and before you reply, you do this little thing in your head.
Oh, the translation thing. You hear the English, quickly translate it into your first language, think of an answer in your first language, then translate that back into English.
Exactly. And by the time you are done, the conversation has moved on.
And you feel left behind, embarrassed, like your English is worse than it actually is.
This happens to almost every English learner. Almost every single one.
And today, we're going to talk about why that happens, and more importantly, how to stop it.
Today's episode is called Stop Translating: How to Learn English the Natural Way.
This one is a game changer, guys, so stay with us till the end because we have some really practical techniques you can start using today.
Quick reminder before we begin, if this episode helps you, please hit the like button. It genuinely helps more learners find our channel.
And subscribe if you haven't yet. We upload new episodes every day, all designed to help you grow naturally.
Okay, let's do this. All right, Jack, let's start with the problem. Why do learners translate in their heads?
Great question. And the honest answer is because that is how most people were taught.
Right. Think about it. In school, you open a textbook, there's English on one side and your language on the other side.
The whole system teaches you that English equals your language. You learn the word apple, and immediately your brain stores it as apple equals the word in your language.
And when you're a beginner, that's actually useful. It helps you understand quickly.
Exactly. At the beginning, translation is a bridge.
But here's the problem.
That bridge becomes a trap.
Yes, as you get more advanced, translation starts to slow you down because fluent English speakers don't translate. They just think in English.
Let me give you a simple example. When a native English speaker sees a dog on the street, they don't think dog equals the word in my language. They just see the animal and the word dog comes instantly.
The image connects directly to the English word. No translation needed.
That is what we want for you.
Now, let me ask you something, Jack. Do you remember when you first started thinking in English? What did that feel like?
Honestly, it felt strange at first, a little uncomfortable, like your brain was doing something new.
Like a muscle you've never used before.
Exactly like that. And at the beginning, it was slow. Really slow. But then, over time, it became natural.
And that's the key word, natural. Learning English naturally means training your brain to connect English directly to meaning, to feelings, to images, without the detour through your first language.
And the good news is, anyone can do this. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how long you have been learning.
Your brain is incredible. It can rewire itself at any age. Scientists call it neuroplasticity.
Which basically means your brain can learn new habits, including the habit of thinking in English.
So if you've been translating for years, don't worry. Today, we're starting fresh.
Let's go.
Okay, let's get practical. Technique number 1, and this one is my personal favorite.
What is it?
Think in images, not words.
Oh, I love this one.
Here's the idea. Instead of learning that happy means a translation in your language, picture yourself feeling happy. Picture your face, your body, your smile.
Connect the English word directly to an emotion or a picture in your mind.
Let's practice this right now. I'm going to say a word. Don't translate it. Just close your eyes. Well, keep listening, but imagine the image.
Ready, everyone? Here we go.
Ocean.
Don't think of a translation. Picture the ocean. Blue water, the sound of waves, maybe the smell of salt in the air.
Rain.
Picture raindrops on a window, the gray sky, the sound tapping on the roof.
Do you feel how different that is? When you connect the word to a real sensory experience, it sticks. It becomes part of you.
This is how children learn language, by the way. A child doesn't learn the word hot by reading a definition. They learn it by touching something hot.
Experience first, word second.
And that order, experience first, word second, is the order your brain loves.
Now, let's talk about how to do this practically when you are studying new vocabulary.
Because this is where a lot of people go wrong. They open a vocabulary app, they see a new word, and they immediately look at the translation.
Right, and the moment you see the translation, you have set a trap for yourself. Now that word will always go through your first language first.
So instead, try this. When you learn a new word, Google an image of it, or close your eyes and imagine it, feel it, connect it to something real.
For example, let's say you learn the word exhausted. Don't look up the translation. Instead, think of a time when you felt exhausted. Your body was heavy, your eyes could barely stay open, you just wanted to lie down.
And now, exhausted belongs to that feeling, not to a translation.
Exactly. This is a small change, but it makes an enormous difference over time.
Should we give a real example, like a sentence example?
Yes, let's say someone asks you at work, "How are you feeling today?" And you want to say you're tired.
Old way, hear the question, translate it, think of I am tired in your language, translate that back. Takes 3 to 5 seconds.
New way, hear the question. The word tired appears because it connects directly to the feeling in your body right now. You say, "I'm pretty tired, honestly. Long week." Natural, instant.
See the difference? The second response also sounds more natural because it came from a real feeling, not a translation.
And here's a bonus tip. Start labeling your world in English. When you see your coffee cup in the morning, think coffee cup. When you sit in traffic, think stuck in traffic. When you feel anxious, think I feel a bit anxious.
You are building English into your daily reality, not keeping it separate.
Not something you only use in class or in lessons, but something woven into your actual life.
That is so powerful.
It really is. Okay, let's move to technique number 2.
All right, technique number 2, and this one might surprise some of you.
I think it will.
Stop studying grammar rules first. Start absorbing input first.
Now, wait, we are not saying don't learn grammar. Grammar is important.
But here's the key insight. Fluent speakers don't speak correctly because they remember a grammar rule in the moment of speaking. They speak correctly because they have heard the correct pattern so many times, it sounds right.
It sounds right. That phrase is everything.
Think about children again. Does a 5-year-old child know what a present perfect tense is?
Absolutely not.
But they use it correctly. Why? Because they have heard it thousands of times. I've been here before. She's already eaten. Have you seen that movie?
They absorbed the pattern without ever studying a rule.
Now, I want to be clear. When you're an adult learner, grammar study can help you understand patterns faster. We're not against grammar.
But grammar rules should come after exposure, not before. Listen first, read first, then use grammar to explain what you've already noticed.
This is called comprehensible input. The idea comes from a famous linguist named Stephen Krashen.
And it basically means consume English that you understand most of, even if not all of it, and your brain will naturally absorb the patterns.
So, if you understand about 70 to 90% of what you're watching or listening to, that's the sweet spot. Not too easy, not too hard.
That's I+1, input that is just one step above your current level.
Practical tip? Watch English shows with English subtitles, not your native language subtitles. This forces your brain to process in English.
Listen to podcasts, like this one, where the level is just a little bit challenging but mostly understandable.
Read books slightly above your level. Use a dictionary, but try to guess meaning from context first.
And here's something important. When you come across a new word or phrase, don't immediately reach for a translation. Try to understand it from context.
Let me show you what I mean. Ready for a little example, Jessica?
Let's do it.
Okay, imagine I say this to you. I'm absolutely swamped this week. I have 3 deadlines and my boss keeps piling on more work.
Now, what does swamped mean? Don't translate it. Use the context. What do you know so far?
3 deadlines, boss piling on more work. How does that person probably feel?
Overwhelmed, very busy, too much to handle.
Exactly. Swamped means extremely busy. You figured it out without any translation. That is your brain working the natural way.
And when you do that, when you work it out from context, you remember it 10 times better than if you had just looked it up.
Because you did mental work. Your brain was engaged.
There's a memory principle called elaborative encoding. The more mental effort you put into processing something, the deeper it gets stored.
So, struggling a little with new vocabulary? That's not a bad sign. That's your brain building a stronger memory.
Now, let's do a quick practice together. Everyone listening, I want you to try to understand the next sentence without translating.
Here it is. She was on the fence about taking the job offer, but ultimately she went for it.
What does on the fence mean? Think about it. She was unsure, she couldn't decide.
Yes, on the fence means undecided, not sure which way to go, like literally sitting on a fence. You could go left or right.
Beautiful. And went for it?
She decided to do it. She took the chance. She said yes.
Perfect. See how much you can understand when you trust the context? Trust yourself a little more.
Your brain is smarter than you give it credit for.
All right, let's talk about mistakes, because even learners who know these techniques still fall into some traps.
And we want to help you avoid them.
Mistake number 1, only studying, never speaking.
Oh, this one is so common.
Some learners spend months, years studying grammar, building vocabulary, doing exercises, but they never actually speak.
And then when they try to have a real conversation, it feels like starting from zero, because knowledge and performance are different things.
Studying English is like reading a book about swimming. You can know everything about swimming, the technique, the breathing, the strokes, but until you get in the water, you cannot swim.
You have to speak, even when it feels uncomfortable, even when you make mistakes.
Especially when you make mistakes.
Because mistakes are data. They tell you what to work on. A mistake you make out loud is more valuable than a perfect sentence you only wrote in your notebook.
So, the fix for mistake number 1, speak. Every day, even if it's talking to yourself in the mirror, even if it's 5 sentences about your morning routine in English.
Speak out loud in English every single day.
Mistake number 2, being a perfectionist.
Ah, perfectionism, the enemy of progress.
Some learners refuse to speak until they feel ready, until their grammar is perfect, until their accent is perfect, until they feel confident enough.
And here's the hard truth. That moment never comes if you wait for it. Confidence comes from doing, not from waiting.
Think about it this way. Did you wait until you were a perfect driver before you got in the car? No, you got in the car, made mistakes, stalled the engine a few times, maybe bumped a curb.
And slowly, you got better by doing it.
English is exactly the same. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be present. You need to be brave enough to try.
Imperfect English spoken with confidence is 10 times more impressive than perfect English that stays locked inside your head.
Say that again, Jack. That was really good.
Imperfect English spoken with confidence is 10 times more impressive than perfect English that stays locked inside your head.
Write that down, everyone. Seriously.
Mistake number 3. Treating English as a subject, not a language.
Ooh, say more about that.
When you treat English as a school subject, you only use it when you study. You have a lesson, you close the book, and English goes away.
But English is a living language. It's alive in music, in movies, in conversations, in social media, in news, in podcasts like this one.
The learners who improve fastest are the ones who bring English into their everyday lives, not just their study time.
They change their phone to English. They watch their favorite shows in English. They think about their day in English before they go to sleep.
They find ways to make English part of who they are, not just something they do for homework.
And the result? Their English improves even on days when they don't sit down to study because they are always absorbing.
So, the fix for mistake number 3? Find one thing in your daily life that you can do in English starting today. Just one thing.
Change your phone language, follow an English account on social media, listen to an English song, and really try to understand the lyrics.
One thing. Today.
Okay, let's make this super practical. Let's give everyone a simple daily plan they can actually follow.
Yes, because the best plan is a simple plan.
All right, here is the A1 English Podcast Daily Natural Learning Plan. Are you ready?
Ready.
Morning, 5 to 10 minutes. When you wake up, think about your day ahead in English. Silently in your head is fine. I have a meeting today. I need to finish my report. I'm feeling a bit tired. Simple thoughts in English.
This warms up your English brain first thing in the morning. It's like a stretch before exercise.
Midday, 20 to 30 minutes. Consume English input. Watch a YouTube video in English with English captions. Listen to a podcast. Read a short article.
Aim for content that is interesting to you, because when you're interested, you pay attention. When you pay attention, you learn.
And remember, try to understand from context before you translate or look things up.
Evening, 10 to 15 minutes. Speak or write in English. Talk about your day out loud. Record a voice note on your phone in English. Write 3 sentences about what you did today.
The speaking or writing step is the most important step. This is where everything gets locked in. This is where passive knowledge becomes active ability.
Total time, 35 to 55 minutes a day. Less than 1 hour. Anyone can do that.
And if some days you only manage 10 minutes, that is still 10 minutes of progress. Consistency over perfection.
Remember our mistake number 2? Perfectionism. Don't let a missed day make you give up.
Every day is a new start. Every conversation is a new chance.
Now, let's do one final practice together. I'm going to describe a situation, and I want everyone to try to respond out loud right now, wherever you are.
Ready, everyone? Here is the situation.
Your English friend asks you, "What do you like to do in your free time?"
Don't translate. Think directly in English. What do you like to do? Picture it. Feel it. Then say it.
Maybe it's, "I love watching movies, especially action films."
Or maybe, I enjoy cooking. I try a new recipe every weekend.
Or, "Honestly, I love just relaxing at home and listening to music."
Any answer is a good answer. The only wrong answer is no answer. So say something.
Out loud, right now. We are listening. Did you do it? Even a small sentence? If yes, that is real progress. That is what natural English looks like.
You did not translate. You thought in English. You connected to your real life. You spoke.
That is the goal. Every single day, a little more of that. All right, let's wrap up with a quick review of what we covered today.
First, We talked about why translating slows you down, because it creates a detour in your brain, and fluency means removing that detour.
Second, we learned Technique 1. Think in images, not words. Connect English directly to feelings, pictures, and experiences.
Third, we learned Technique 2. Input over grammar rules. Absorb English naturally. Trust context. Let patterns form before you study the rules.
Fourth, we looked at 3 common mistakes: not speaking enough, being too much of a perfectionist, and treating English as a school subject instead of a living language.
And finally, we gave you a simple daily plan. Morning thinking, midday input, evening speaking or writing.
Small steps every day. That is what fluency looks like.
I want to say something before we go. I know that learning a new language is hard. I know there are days when you feel like you are not improving, when you feel like everyone around you is better than you.
We know that feeling.
But here's what I want you to hold on to. Growth is often invisible until it suddenly is not. You might feel stuck for weeks, and then one day you understand a conversation you never would have understood before, and you realize, I have been growing all along.
You are building something real, something that will serve you for the rest of your life.
A skill that opens doors, that builds friendships, that creates opportunities.
English is not just a language, it's a key, and you are learning how to use it.
So keep going, keep listening, keep speaking, even on the hard days, especially on the hard days.
If this episode gave you something valuable today, please press that like button. It means more to us than you know.
And if you want more episodes like this, real English, real conversations, real techniques, subscribe to A1 English Podcast.
We're here every single day, just for you.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us.
Keep practicing, keep growing.
Bye, everyone.
See you in the next episode.